Good morning to all of you and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is an important editorial. It is all about budget allocations. I always tell students when it comes to SLEEPs, the acronym I have created, the most important one is economy related. I always tell them any article, any editorial related to Indian economy, very important. And this one goes with Indian economy, especially budget allocations. So when you know it is about budget allocations, you have to think of the states, the sectors, whether done partially or impartially, and what is the stand taken by the editorial. There's a broad framework. Let us start the session with the question, what is enrichment? Good morning. Good morning to all of you. As usual, improve your comprehension skill. Anything related to economy, try to read twice or thrice. That way will be useful from GK point of view. Vocabulary, some important words, but not too many words, surprisingly. Only 7 to 8 words, and some words are quite familiar. Grammar consolidation, effective English, mini mocks, and today we have vocabulary consolidation. Let us start with the question, what is this editorial about? This editorial discusses the union budget for 2024-25, highlighting how the budget allocations have been influenced by political considerations. Have been influenced, which tense is that present perfect passive voice. Political considerations. So a particular stand has been taken by the editorial, and the editorial takes us in the same direction. What is the tone? The tone of the editorial is a critical and analytical. Analysis based on the allocations and critical because the non-BJP parties haven't been considered, that way critical. Let us go to the vocabulary part. The very first word we have got after a gap of so many months, delve, an important word. Part of speech verb, it's a regular verb. To investigate or research deeply and thoroughly. Investigate goes more with police, probe, but here go deep into something or research deeply and thoroughly. Look at the example. The researcher decided to delve into the archives to find more information. The researcher decided to delve into, go deep into the archives to find more information. There's one important word here. In SBI, once they gave a question based on antonyms and synonyms. They gave 4 words. They wanted the candidates to find out the 2 words, either synonyms or antonyms. What are the 4 words? 3 words are important here. The very first one, chronicles. Second one, annals. These 2 are synonyms. What do they mean? A record of events based on time or time factor. The other word, archives. Chronicles, the the root is chrono. Chrono means related to time. Chronology, scientific study of time. Chronometer, scientific study of time, the gadget. And chronicles, you make a note of events or incidents based on the time factor, like 2010, 11, 12, 16, that way. You can use 2 words, either chronicles or annals. But what is the meaning of the word archives? Same record of events, but not based on time. Not based on time. You do make a note of incidents or events, but not based on the time. You have to use the word archives. But archives has another meaning. What is the other meaning of archives? A public place. Public place where government records are kept. Where government records are kept so that the public can go access the government records. So these 3 words, chronicles, annals, and archives, very important exam point of view. What are the synonyms? Investigate, explore, examine, probe. But investigate, probe, they go more with police. Here, more into exploration, examine, research deeply. Ignore, neglect, overlook. Simple words. Counterpart. Counterpart we have got a few times. Imagine there is one CM in a particular state, another CM in some other state. Those two, how do we refer? They are counterparts to each other. In this context, about Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu, they are counterparts. A person or thing that has the same function or position in a different place or situation. Another example, if you take the corporate world, today we have multinational companies, HR manager in the US, HR manager in India, they are counterparts to each other. A person or thing that has the same function or position in a different place or situation. The CEO met with his counterpart from the rival company, competitor, to discuss a potential merger, possible merger, combining. Synonyms: equivalent, peer, match, equal. Opposite, adversary, an important word, and rival. What is this newspaper you're talking about? And here there's one word, peer. Sometimes in the exam, they have given a few times. You may get a passage, peer pressure. Peer pressure means what? People of the same age group, usually. Imagine there's a group, youngsters, and one person does not drink, others drink. They put a lot of pressure on that person to start drinking. That is known as peer pressure. And that's how people pick up bad habits. Underwhelming. We have got the word overwhelming from friends. That's right, Raj. We have got overwhelming. Imagine I ask you a question. Many students respond immediately. Then I say the response has been overwhelming. What is opposite? Underwhelming. Part of speech adjective. Failing to impress or make a positive impact, disappointing. In one word, underwhelming means disappointing, not up to the expected level. Look at the example. The movie was underwhelming despite the hype surrounding its release. Hype means what? You try to exaggerate things, you create a lot of publicity for someone or something, then we say hype. But the movie does not live up to the expectations, then we say underwhelming. Disappointing, unimpressive, mediocre, lackluster. These are important words you have to remember. Impressive, overwhelming, remarkable, exceptional. Outstanding also you can say. Overwhelming response, a typical combination. Alleged, you have to immediately recollect two verbs. One is accuse, the other one is allege. And what are the noun forms? Accusation, allegation. Now, in spite of, three separate words. Why that one? Based on the word despite. Okay. Here, you have two important words. One is accusation, the other one is allegation. Accuse, allege. Say someone has done something wrong without any proof and claim to be true, especially without proof. Example: the alleged involvement of the politician in the scandal has yet to be proven. Someone has made an allegation against the politician saying that he or she involved in the scam or scandal, but no proof as such, yet to be proven. An important expression. Answer my question: is it an active voice or passive voice? Yet to be proven. It isn't passive voice. Yet to come, yet to do, yet to be done, passive voice. Important. What are the synonyms? Supposed, claimed, asserted, suspected. Proven, confirmed, verified. Unsustainable. Passive voice. Very good. We have got the word sustainable many a time. Sustainable goals, sustainable practices means what? We use resources in a wise manner, keeping the future generations in mind. That is known as sustainable practices. And eco friendly, you're right, gaming. Eco friendly, you can say. But the word sustain has a different meaning. Sustain means what? One of the meanings, maintain. Imagine I start my lecture, the students listen for 10 to 15 minutes attentively. After that, they lose interest. They lose their interest. Then I say, I could not sustain their interest beyond 15 minutes. I could not hold. Two words you have to think of. One is maintain. What is the other one? Hold. I could not hold their interest beyond 15 minutes. Maintain, sustain. And here you have to think, it has been given tenable, tenable, untenable. So, meaning not able to be maintained at the current rate or level. 15 minutes, okay. After that, no, lost. Then not sustain, could not sustain. The company's rapid growth was unsustainable without additional resources. Imagine a company has grown suddenly, rapid growth. To maintain that rapid growth, the momentum, the company needs additional resources. And if the resources are not provided, additional resources, obviously the company cannot sustain the same rapid growth. The growth level comes down. Unviable, an important word you have to know. Unmaintainable, untenable. Tenable also an important word. Tenable and viable, we use one word. What is that word? Possible. As prospective bankers and government officers, you have to know this word, viable. Viable, we also use the word feasible. Imagine tomorrow you become a bank manager, someone comes to you with a project asking for loan. The first and foremost thing you consider whether it is going to be commercially viable or not. Commercially viable means what? Commercially feasible. If you think it is going to be commercially feasible, then you allot the funds, otherwise, you refuse. An important word. Tenable, also an important word. Antonyms sustainable, viable, maintainable, tenable. As I said, important word. Piecemeal approach. What are the combinations based on this approach, manner, strategy? Usually, I give words like when you want to deal with someone or something, not someone, something, you have to take a holistic approach. Not in order, that is haphazard, a different meaning. Here, piecemeal means one particular part at a time, slowly and gradually. But what is opposite? Holistic, comprehensive, and exhaustive. I use these words whenever I talk about any of these words, I give all the three words: holistic, comprehensive, exhaustive. What does it mean? Touching all the dimensions. But on the other hand, you touch a particular dimension one time, another dimension another time. That is known as piecemeal approach that never works. Part of speech adjective characterized by unsystematic partial measures taken over a period of time. Unsystematic, but here what you have to understand, touching one dimension at a time. Look at the example. The reform was implemented in a piecemeal fashion, one more combination, and rather than through comprehensive changes. Piecemeal fashion, piecemeal manner means touching upon a few dimensions, not completely. Opposite, comprehensive. Here, synonyms fragmentary, partial, incremental, gradual. You have to remember these two words. And antonyms, as I said, comprehensive, systematic, complete, whole. You should also think of words like exhaustive, holistic approach to provide humanitarian aid. Very good. Let us go to the next one. Acquired. Why are you guys here? What is the reason to watch this video? You want to acquire knowledge. You want to acquire effective vocabulary. So, based on that, what does it mean acquire? To gain something. Part of speech verb obtain or gain possession of something. Look at the example. He has acquired a taste for classical music over the years. Sometimes you acquire a taste. She has acquired a taste for Western clothes over a period of time. Means what? She has gained. Thank you very much. Who is this? Surya. Nice of you. So, acquired knowledge is a typical combination. Synonyms obtained, gained, secured, attained. And antonyms lost, relinquish, forfeit, not exactly opposite words. Forfeit goes with, I usually give the example of elections. At the time of elections, you have to deposit some amount to contest, assuring you may get minimum number of votes. If you don't get that number, you have to lose the deposit. On in other way, it is like forfeiting the amount, means as a punishment, you don't get the amount back. Relinquish, leave. Not too many words, as I said, only a few words, and many words are quite familiar. But let us go to the editorial and let us start with what is a stimulus. You all know last 2 days, the entire media, whether electronic media or print media, every paper, every channel, all about budget, budget, budget. Based on that, here, more for more. You may not understand, but when you read the entire editorial, you understand. What the editorial says, there are some states that are doing extremely well. And if they are given more funds, they can become global economic powerhouses. So, more for more means those who are doing well on the union budget and allocations. But what is the main idea? Budget allocations have not helped the states ruled by parties opposed to BJP. It has taken a stand. What is the stand taken by the editorial? Budget has not helped non-BJP states. That's what it clear stand taken by the editorial. Here I would like to say something. Whatever analysis I do, not my personal, not subjective, purely objective. That means based on what the editorial says. Don't think these are personal opinions. Based on the editorial, I try to analyze and tell you. Keep that in mind. Budget allocations have not helped states ruled by parties opposed to BJP. That is a stand taken by editorial. Editorial's opinion. How does it start? Budgets of the union or the states, as much as they are revenue and expenditure statements for the upcoming fiscal year, are also an exercise in political economy, and the recently tabled union budget for 24-25 is no different. Usually, budget deals with what? Two things. One is a revenue and expenditure. Besides, it also deals with political economy, exercise in political economy. And the recently tabled means recently presented budget 24-25 is no different. This is an important expression. It is no different. You can also say it is not different. Both mean the same, nothing wrong with those expressions. It is not good, and you can also say it is no good. Both mean the same. No different means same pattern. Aside from the nine priorities, beginning with provisions for the farm sector and attempts to boost employment, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman delved at some length on the special provisions made, I think, related to a few states. It talks about what exactly the priorities, nine priorities, and also with beginning with provisions for the farm sector and attempts to boost employment. Two things stand out: one, farm sector; the other one, employment generation. And the finance minister delved at some length, means went deep into a particular issue related to the allocation. That's what it means in this context. At some length on the special provisions made for the states. Continuation is there. The Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman delved, continuation of that, at some length on the special provisions made for the states of Andhra Pradesh and Bihar. The sentence talks about the nine priorities and also focus on the farm sector and employment generation. Besides, delved deep into, that means spent a lot of time on two states. What are the two states? One is Bihar, the other one is AP. Special provisions made for the states of AP and Bihar. And these two states, about those two, a few sentences. Both are headed by parties providing crucial support to the Bharatiya Janata Party after its underwhelming performance in the 2024 general election. We all know BJP the third time could not do well. The response from the electorate was not overwhelming, it was underwhelming. And the BJP had to take support of two parties, one from Bihar, the other one from AP. Because of that, today we have a coalition government. And based on that, obviously, they are given priority, they are being preferred. It goes without saying. Sentence also talks about the same. The Janata Dal, what are the parties and who head these parties? The Janata Dal United, headed by Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, and the Telugu Desam Party, headed by his Andhra Pradesh counterpart, means a person at the same level or position. Chandrababu Naidu, are parties associated with the convenership of the National Democratic Alliance in the past. And these two leaders had something to do with the BJP and the association. In the past, they played a role, convenership. Here, you have to recollect the word we have got recently. Convene means what? It goes with a meeting. Convene a meeting means what? Assemble people and assemble, right word. Raj, very good. And gather, assemble, and organize a meeting. Convenership, it means something like organizing, organizer. They played a role, crucial role in the past. These are also parties that severed, an important word. It is not severed, severed. Sever means to cut, cut off the ties usually. It goes with body parts as well. Here, severed means cut off the ties. Severed long standing ties with the BJP over issues that range from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's alleged non secular credentials to ignoring demands for increased central aid. These two parties, in the past, they were part of the NDA and they played the role of convening meetings, organizing meetings. But the same parties also differed, means what? They did not agree. They moved away from the BJP party on a few issues. The range is there. And one of starting with what? The credentials of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, alleged non secular credentials. Credentials, at the time of leaving the college, you take the credentials from your professors. They write a letter saying that you're good, you study well, all those things. It is like the credibility of a person in the public, credibility of a person, his personality. Here, alleged means not proven, alleged non secular credentials. I'm sure you all know the word secular. Secular means what? We got this word yesterday. India is a secular country. Means what? No official religion, and anyone can practice any religion in our country. Secular nature, secular outlook, respecting all religions. Exactly. Credentials to ignoring, that is the first one. What is the second one? Ignoring demands for increased central aid. Based on these two factors, they severed the ties, means cut off the ties with the BJP party. Coming to present, Bihar has now received the largest chunk. Chunk means what? Portion. For this, there's one idiom. What is that? Getting the lion's share. A lion's share means a major chunk. Bihar has now received the largest chunk with outlays worth almost 59,000 crore. And how is this amount going to be spent? These include road infrastructure outlays for 26,000 crore, 21,400 crore for a 2,400 megawatt power plant, and 11,500 crore to address irrigation and flood mitigation. Mitigation, flood mitigation means what? Lump sum also you can say, Shiva Prasad, very good. Lion's share, Murli, yes. And here uh, it talks about mitigation. We have got the word so many times. Mitigate. What are the synonyms? Alleviate, assuage, mitigate. They all mean the same. Flood mitigation, reducing the impact of floods. On the other hand, while Mr. Naidu had been more vociferous, means what? Very vocal, and also being very firm and taking a firm stand, saying something, demanding something loudly, vocally, vocal, that's what you have to remember. Yes, gaming, you're right. So, vociferous regarding what? Then Mr. Kumar with his demands for assistance worth 1 lakh crore. Mr. Naidu has been vociferous and he has demanded almost 1 lakh crore. Unfortunately, assistance worth 1 lakh crore. The cornerstone outlay in the budget was a facilitation of special financial. Though AP State hasn't got 1 lakh crore, something else has been done, and the editorial says that is a cornerstone. Cornerstone means what? The most important thing. But literally, it means when you take a wall or a building or a structure, there's one particular stone. If you remove that stone, the whole thing collapses. That means what? It is important, it is significant, it is crucial, it is vital. So, cornerstone outlay is what? In the budget was a facilitation of special financial support of 15,000 crore for the development of the state's new capital, Amaravati. Though he demanded vociferously 1 lakh crore, they did not do that. On the other hand, they allotted allocation of 15,000 crore for what? The new capital of AP, that is Amaravati. While Ms. Sitaraman promised to hasten, speed up the completion of the Polavaram irrigation project to ensure food security of the nation, budget documents do not mention concrete outlays. 15, speed up or expedite. Very good. Busy life. So, on the one hand, the budget has allocated 15,000 crore for the new capital of AP, that is Amravati. On the other hand, it also talked about completion of the Polavaram project and wanted to hasten, means speed up or expedite completion of the project, but nothing concrete has been there in the documents. Budget documents do not mention concrete outlays, means they don't talk about. See, if you take Bihar case 59,000 clearly mentioned how much per each one. 26,000 for road infrastructure, 21,000 for 2,400 megawatt power plant, 11,500 to address irrigation and flood mitigation. Coming to this, no mention. And here there is one word, concrete. Concrete, you have to recollect, concrete means something you can see or touch. For this, we also say tangible. What is opposite? Abstract. Something you cannot see or touch. And what is opposite of tangible? Intangible. Here the budget says completion, talks about completion of speeding up the completion of the project, but no concrete outlays regarding the project. Both states have unsustainable public debts. They have debts, not to some extent, to a great extent, based on that intangible, Surya, based on that unsustainable debts. The letter B is silent. Both states have unsustainable public debts of about one third. That is a debt to gross state domestic product ratio, and both deserve the special attention they have received. This is again the stand of the. Okay, looks like something. Okay. This is the stand taken by the editorial, opinion of the editorial. Editorial takes a stand and says because they have a lot of loans or debt ridden, they deserve whatever has been allotted. It is deserving, can be justified, according to the editorial. But by making piecemeal allocations for projects in the rest of the country, these two acceptable can be justified. At the same time, editorial says, but by making piecemeal allocations means a little, not with a holistic approach, for project in the rest of the country, as for the Mumbai Metro Rail, and by ignoring other similar critical infrastructure spends in opposition ruled states. This is a statement, piecemeal approach, and to justify that, it gives the examples of Mumbai, Tamil Nadu state, and Kerala state. Mumbai Metro Rail coming to ignoring other similar critical infrastructure spends in opposition ruled states. What are those projects? What are those states? Chennai's Metro Rail in Tamil Nadu and Kerala Vizinjam Port Project are examples. Ms. Sitaraman has failed to provide a fair and equitable distribution of the union's finances. This is again the stand taken by the editorial. Editorial opines, thinks the union finance minister has not allocated the funds in a fair manner. What is the meaning of fair? Fair and equitable. Fair has many meanings. One meaning, just, proper, correct. Fair treatment means what? Proper treatment, just treatment. While the debt ridden and poorer regions of the country rightly deserve greater attention, obviously backward areas deserve more attention. Ignoring states that generate the most revenue for the union runs the risk of slowing down development. Imagine that we have two groups, one backward areas, they deserve help. At the same time, we have areas which are doing extremely well, and if those areas are not supported, there's a risk. The sentence talks about that risk. Ignoring states that generate the most revenue for the union runs the risk of slowing down development. Development may get slowed down. Development has required critical mass to enable these states to become global economic powerhouses. Imagine some states that have been generating income and have reached a particular stage. And at this stage, if they are supported, then they can become global economic powerhouses. But at this stage, they are not supported, they are ignored, then the development may stop there and it may plummet. Not advisable. Acquired critical mass to enable these states to become global economic powerhouses. All these you have to grasp because when you write the essay, they look for power words and power words like global economic powerhouses, world class technology, cutting edge technology, world class facilities. These are very important. As they have begun attracting cutting edge technology, as I said, cutting edge technology, if you use in your essay, definitely you will get more marks as they have begun attracting cutting edge technology, corporates, talent, and creating the required research and development R&D base to house next generation industries on energy transition, automobiles, artificial intelligence. It talks about some of these areas have developed, have reached a particular level, and if they are pushed from there, they can become global economic powerhouses. To substantiate that statement, the writer is giving us information. How have they reached that stage? What exactly have they done? They have attracted what? Cutting edge technology, corporates, talent, and creating the required research and development base. For what? To house next generation industries. And next generation industries belonging to which sector? Or what are the sectors they're going to touch? Energy transition, automobiles, AI, artificial intelligence, mobile, and semiconductor, I suppose. Semiconductors, the industrially and socio-economically advanced states too need a helping hand. The main idea is being reiterated. Even these states require a helping hand. Then they can become global economic powerhouses. It ends on that particular note. Let us go to the questions to test your comprehension skill and also your listening skill. Read the first one and try to answer. Square deal, I'm not quite sure about that gaming. Which states received a significant budget allocations according to the editorial? Obviously, one is AP, the other one is Bihar. Answer is C. What are some of the major projects funded in Bihar as per the Union Budget 24-25? Total 59 crore. Here you have to do a bit of maths. You have to add up and see the amounts come to 59,000 or not. Here 26,000 crore for road infrastructure, 21,400 crore for a power plant, and 11,500 crore for irrigation and flood mitigation. Mentioned in the passage based on explicit information. What is a cornerstone outlay for AP? Easy to answer. While doing the analysis, I gave the meaning of the word cornerstone. 1 lakh crore for various projects, no. 20,000, no. 15,000 crore for the development of the state's new capital, Amaravati. C is the answer. Which opposition ruled states' critical infrastructure projects were ignored in the budget? As per the editorial, two southern states were ignored. What are the two states? One is Kerala, the other one is Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Answer is A. What is the potential risk mentioned in the editorial of ignoring economically advanced states in the budget allocations? If the budget allocations ignore certain regions and those regions are doing extremely well, what is the risk involved? Agricultural productivity? No. Slowing down the development that could make these states global economic powerhouses. Clearly mentioned. Answer is B. Increase in unemployment rates, decline in education standards, not relevant. Today I have brought lengthy sentences. Read meticulously and try to spot the error. Error location, the first one. Two assistant professors of history at Mannar Tirumalai Naikar College in Madurai have found a Pandya era inscription dating back to 13th century near Pradukuranpatti village in Theni district. Ah, exactly. Dated, I'm rather surprised. Nothing wrong with the expression dating back. It's a standard expression. If you read the newspapers, when they discover something, they find something, they say they found inscriptions or something dating back to. Hmm. Dating back, nothing wrong with that. Where is the error? Error is in the fourth part. Whenever we use century, we have to use a definite article the. Based on that, not 13th century, we have to say the 13th century, the 21st century, the 13th century, the 17th century. There is an error in the fourth part. It goes with the definite article the. Very important, you have to remember. The reference book stresses on. In the exam, a question like this, you don't have to go beyond the first part. Save a few seconds. The verb stresses, stress does not take the preposition on. There are a few verbs. After those verbs, we should not use prepositions. What are those? We are discussing about movies. Wrong. We are discussing movies. Discuss about wrong. Stress on wrong. Order for wrong. Inform to wrong. All these you have to recollect. After a 2 week trial, fresh classes will be aired through the Kite Victors TV channel and online platforms from Monday as part of the Kerala government's First Bell online program for school students. And the online classes will be telecasted from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Telecasted is not correct. We have to say telecast. Verbs like forecast, telecast, broadcast, cast, cost, and hurt. All the three forms the same. There is no word like telecasted, broadcasted. Wrong. Telecast. Today also have brought a close test. There are 6 blanks. Interesting one. Try to read very carefully. The program of the Narendra Modi government. Whenever you talk about the government projects or policies, especially projects, the most important project we use one word. The same way, when we talk about a particular company, imagine the company has many products, but one particular product is the main product the company is known for. What is the word for that? Flagship company, flagship product, flagship project. Based on that, here we have to choose flagship program. The flagship program of the Narendra Modi government in its second avatar, the Jal Jeevan mission of providing pipe drinking water to all rural households by 2024, is also being pushed as a way to some of the mass migration of interstate workers. To do what? To ameliorate here some of the improve some of the effects of the mass migration. Effects of the mass migration, yes, of interstate workers back to their home states in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Jal Shakti Ministry, the ministry. Again, when we have a few departments, a few ministries, the one way all meet, that is known as nodal. Based on that nodal ministry for the implementation of the scheme, has written to various states that returning labor, especially those working in the construction sector, skilled, unskilled, and semi-skilled, may be what? Deployed to expedite the completion of works. Here we have to use 6, deploy, and here expedite 5. Have you got the correct order? 2, 4, 1, 3, 6, 5. Very good. Shreya. And also Murali. I appreciate. Surya also. Wonderful. I haven't given you enough time. In spite of that, you could get. That is really appreciable. We have 5 idioms and try to get all the 5 correct. Raise the bar means what? Raise the standards. Storm in a teacup. A small event that has been exaggerated. A small event that has been exaggerated out of proportion. Haste makes waste. I think I have given recently. If you try to do things in a hurry, hasty means trying to do things in a hurry. There's a popular saying, this is like a proverb, haste makes waste. Ah, that is true, gaming. I appreciate your examples. Good, keep doing that. Haste makes waste. Where is this? Quickly doing things results in a poor ending. D. Out of the blue means sudden, unexpected, usually a negative thing. Something that suddenly and unexpectedly occurs. What is the last one? Variety is the spice of life. The more experiences you try, the more exciting life can be, but not all the time. You got to be careful. So, what is the correct order? BEDAC. If you have got all the 5 correct, you should be extremely happy. That's outstanding. These are the words you got yesterday. I want you guys to respond by writing the part of speech and also the meaning. Directive, which part of speech is it? Good, Shiva Prasad, I appreciate. Directive, part of speech, noun. What does it mean? Order. Pilgrimage, also noun. What does it mean? A visit or a trip to a holy place or a sacred place. Good. Noun. This is also noun. Noun. And devotee, also a noun. Means what? Worshipper of a particular god or goddess or a religion. Visit a sacred place. Better you write the meanings. Then you remember. Discriminate means what? To show prejudice or bias. Discriminatory remarks means what? Adjective. Secular outlook, secular country. India is a secular country. Part of speech, adjective. Means what? No official religion or respecting all religions. Yes. Heartland. Heartland means the most important area or land of a particular region. That is known as heartland. In the editorial, we got Hindi heartland. Means the most important region or area. Part of speech, noun, obviously. Brazenly. Usually a word that ends in ly, adverb. Not all the time. Do remember, exceptions are there. Brazenly means what? Shamelessly. Shamelessly, we say brazenly. And artisans, part of speech, noun. Those who produce things using their hands manually, handmade pottery, handmade jewelry, we say artisans. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. Do spend some time on important words and important questions. That habit will help in the long run. After the session, we'll provide the PDF, join the Telegram group, access the PDF, and try to work on important aspects. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.